Hi everybody! Today I'm going to talk about the MagicSD project, and this only came to my attention through Ron from Ron's computer videos. You can find the link in the video right now, so thank you very much, Ron. And a special thank you to Andrew, who actually programmed this thing. Andrew posted this on 68 KMLA, and what it does is it solves your problems with this SCSI2SD when you continuously want to swap programs, try out different applications you download, and you want to work with it on a vintage Mac. Because the way you probably did it before, or you're probably still doing it, or like I did it, is you continuously have to copy your disk image from the SD card onto the computer, then change things, add programs, and then use DD or an etcher program to write the whole SD card back to the SD card, which is time consuming and annoying. And the MagicSD project solves this by being able to change the disk image directly on the SD card without the need of continuously writing it back and forth, and well, through that saving a lot of time. So again, thanks Andrew, thanks Ron. I will show you briefly how you can set it up and what you can do with it. Basically, Ron already did that. I still feel there should be another video to make this project more known and have a lot of people using it, because it really helps a lot. Now, as you see, I'm here on the website in the 68 KMLA forum, where Andrew is posting his MagicSD project. There are all these instructions. So essentially what it is or what you get two disk images, two partitions with each 512 megabytes, and you can change things directly from the SD card without needing to continuously write it back and forth. Now I will download it and put it on the SD card, which we have here. It's an empty formatted SD card, so there is nothing special about that. So we have downloaded it. It is unzipping, hopefully. There we go. And then we have the MagicSD image. We won't need the zip anymore. That's the only thing I realized, that it doesn't recognize immediately the file extension. So I will have to manually add the SK extension to that, or let's use DMG. So yes, I want to use DMG because then it immediately recognizes it as a disk image. And what we'll do now is, just like Ron did it before, we'll use Boolean etcher. You can also use the DD command, but I think this is more simpler and easier. So I want to flash from file. We want to go to downloads and use the MagicSD image, and we want to have it on the SD card, and then we flash it. Now it asks for the password, of course, and then it's taking a while. While this loads, I will briefly show you how the current situation is. So I have my SCSI2SD folder where I have a ton of images. For instance, I have here the empty images. So this is a 2 GB image with no system at all. It has been initialized already, and it comes on a 4 GB total DMG. I'm only working with 4 GB SD cards in order to minimize the time of writing them back and forth. But due to the MagicSD project, this will soon come to an end, because I won't need this anymore. But that was my way of reducing time with continuously writing them back and forth. So here, for instance, I have the 2 GB partition and a 20 MB partition, which I used for my hard disk 20 SCSD. Now the situation is as follows. Now you will get an SD card, which then has the disk images directly on there. So we then can go to Basilisk and just open it as a regular image and change files, put programs on it or whatever, and then save it directly to the SD card and use it like that. And you can quickly swap out the SD card from your SCSI2SD and change things the way you like. So this is really a time saver, like Ron put it. Let's wait these 30 more seconds and hope it will finish up soon, because then I can actually show you what is on the disk. Maybe meanwhile we can go to the SCSI2SD utilities. So I don't have it connected, but because I've set it up already, but I will show you the settings nonetheless. So we'll use it on the Mac Plus, which means I have to put this on 0 and enable this. Then I always use SCSI ID 3 because then I have options in both directions to actually mount other disks. And that's the only thing he writes here, that there should be the 512 byte sector, which is standard, and the start sector should be manually set. So this SD card start sector will put to 10,302. And that's about it. What I was a little, well, alerted at the beginning is these are two 512 megabyte disk partitions, but Ron still left here the 2 GB settings for the device size. I tried it already and it doesn't have any effect. If you leave it at the 2 GB, it still will only recognize the two 512 megabyte partitions. So you can in fact leave this as is. I will close the utility app because, like I said, I've done these settings already. The flash is meanwhile complete, which is good. We cannot see the SD card at the moment, so we'll just go to the disk utility app and mount the MagicSD card. And here we have it. So on there you'll find the two disk images, the mini VMac application in case you need it for Windows, obviously, and a text document where you can also find information about the start sector, which we've just put. Now, as he writes here, it's important that you do not change any files directly on the SD card. So do not do anything around here. That is crucial, apparently. So what I'll now do, I'll open up Basilisk and I'll remove everything I have there. And then you can add, oops, the disk 1 directly from the MagicSD. And I'll start it up. For me, it always crashes and I have to start it up again. And it will find here a partition with 500 megabytes and system 701. Now, if you don't want to use that, I'll just do the same as Ron did, and I will erase this disk. And now you could put whatever you want on it. I am going to put, oops, I think systems, no, let's try it with system 608. So I first have to load a different image. Let me just quickly get my raw image with the system 608. So I will use this and copy it onto the MagicSD, because then we can see if it also runs without any problem under 608. So I'm starting Basilisk again, and I have my HD20 SCSD, and I will just copy the systems folder onto there. that's it. With these simple changes on the MagicSD, like I said, we haven't done anything directly here, but we've done all through Basilisk. I will now put it into the SCSI2SD and try it out. Alright, so I inserted the SD card into the 5.0A board. Ron tried it with the 5.5, so maybe that's a good double check to check it with a different SCSI2SD board. And it's in the HD20SC case. So now I'm going to turn everything on and see if it actually does something. This is now the Mac Plus, so we need external power supply to the SCSI2SD board because the Macintosh Plus doesn't provide SCSI termination power. It takes a while. The Mac Plus was not the fastest machine. And it's booting. As you also see, the indicator light is running fine. And here we are. We are in System 608. Here we have the partition where we just copied the system folder in with the 500 megabytes, and there is the second partition which is hidden on the SCSI2SD with the description that this is the second partition. So you have a second partition where you can install things to or write files to. So once more, thanks Andrew for programming it. This is great. This is really a time saver, and this will help a lot of people who want to try programs on their vintage Macs. And also, again, special thanks to Ron, who introduced this to me, and I hope to a lot of other people. Please share it, spread the word about this project. It's really great. And yeah, have a great day.